the 4th of April 2020. I have recorded the document I filed with the prosecutor's office and the Court of Law, Court of Justice, here in Krakow on the 15th of February 2017. This is a part of the document. This is actually an attachment. I'm not sure what you call it in the legal language. And it is analysis, the proper analysis of the consequences that arise when my profile is being messed up with. At the time, the situation obviously was different, so the development could have been different. And it basically deals with my profile, my life, and the falsified profile, superimposed, the false profile. So I thought that perhaps in the context of so many people from other countries messing up with my body too. Some say that routers don't have a profile. But I would say that if someone treats me as a router, then it is a profile. So in the context of all that happening, I thought that perhaps I should go through it, especially in the context of what's going on in the world. Therefore, I try to translate it as I go through it. I have not translated it before, so it might be imperfect. Overall, not that fluent, but let's go through it step by step. So, false profile, the superimposed one, the left wing, talking about delusions or incompetent evaluation of events of spiritual nature, therein the prophetic nature, profane, the profane, profanum, and moral relativist, constant fight for oneself, hatred, contempt, permanent war, no willingness to live, enforced selfishness. So this is the first category, orientation point, the left. Now the second one, the whole. Dirt, stink, imprisonment, enslavement, mediocrity, contempt. Loneliness, disgust, distaste, the third category, the sexual profile, imbecility, disquietude or anxiety, alienation, regress. The so-called four walls, So this is the Polish idiom, when one is in a way imprisoned in one's own home of blood. Loneliness, illnesses or diseases, passiveness or passivity, the condition of being passive, inability to undertake whatever money earning job due to the invalidity, alienation, poverty. Next one, the criminal profile. Perversion of nature, shame or disgrace, dishonor, problems, suicide. Now you don't know what the term in English is. This another category. So the merged, or whatever the right word for people put together and made into one in a way, or one consisting of the many. A lack of control, degeneration or the degenerate, trouble created by others, suicide. Poland disappears from the map of the world. Another category, the mob. Hostile environment, hatred, aggression, inability to develop oneself or as such, perversion of nature, vulgarity and rudeness, suicide. Another category, full of hatred, them, death, terrorist movements aiming at full annihilation of the hateful, unjust, degenerate, hated civilization. Another category, the retarded. That category, of course, concerns people like Margaret. Alienation, isolation, murderous instincts, suicidal thoughts, to free oneself from the intruders, lack of understanding, extreme hatred and contempt. Interplanetary war aiming at elimination of the Illuminati. The ISO, that is another category. Enforced ugliness of others. Perversion of nature. Willingness to die. Diseases and illnesses. Death. Chimeras. Permanent war. Civilizational regress. Evil. Another category, the sick profile. Perverts, the perverted. Inability to develop. Aberrations. Incremental imbecility. Death. Dehumanization. Clones. The stinking profile. Perversion of nature. Them. Industrial pollution. Now you can give me a second to find the word waste, but what's the exact word? Kind of waste, like household waste. Drain, gully or gutter. Gutter, I guess. So gutters, excrements, bacteria, illnesses and diseases, their illnesses or diseases, critical damage to the environment, natural disasters, new cosmic illnesses or diseases. I am a signal. They know I am suffering. They will answer. Another category, vibrating. Other people's aberrations. Murder. War. Rapes. Devastation. Nuclear attacks. I am a signal. That's why there were earthquakes in Italy. There were 3 earthquakes in Italy at the time, when all those things were done either to my body or the body that felt like one with mine. So this came from others hitting with all sorts of stuff my body, and it was in constant vibration, so it felt pretty much like the earth was vibrating. The noise, that's another category. Perversion of nature. Actually, in the stinking one, it was unnaturality, unnaturalness. unnaturality, and the state, the condition of being unnatural, and with the noise here's perversion of nature, death. Quarrels or rows, wars, pollution, regress of humankind. Another category, the public enemy, death, despair, slavery, falsehood. Unlawfulness or lawlessness, inhuman acts of destruction, God's or divine justice. Another category, failure, black PR or black propaganda, black propaganda. The Macbethian scenario on the global scale. That's my reach, or range, actually range in that context, range, not reach. Because this is not me focusing my attention on achieving it. It is a consequence. So this is what's going to happen to the world. They know. Another category, the prostitute. Loneliness, emptiness, enslavement, non-existence. Poland as a whore. Sick world. War. The end of civilization. The plebeian, or perhaps I will find a better word, well, actually they have the word plebs here, or mob, but I want to use mob for motto. So the common people, perhaps I could put it like that. Or actually there's the development here. The mob killing, oh, perhaps it came as one. Oh, excuse me, I somehow got distracted. The mob killing all. What is all that is beautiful, wise, noble, imbecility, or stupidity. Wars, murders, rapes, destruction, lawlessness, falsehood, evil, dishonor, disgrace, stupidity, hatred, death, enslavement. Another category, pain, Death, illnesses and diseases regress. Torture on daily basis, depending on the caprice or mood swing. Another category, assanges. Occult enslavement, falsehood, degeneration or the degenerate, lawlessness, dishonor, regress, ugliness, materialism, satanism, arrogance, haughtiness or pride as the sin. Chaos, unpredictability, enslavement, danger, and something else, but the copy is not good, so it cannot be seen right now. Another category, what I call in Polish skurwysyński syf, which is quite difficult to translate. So this is whoreson, possessive, perhaps leprosy would be a good word. Generally it stands for all that can be associated with the whore or the whoreson, and that stands in Polish for meanness, vileness, cruelty, and vulgarity. And the sense of disgust accompanying it, perceiving it as something sick. Indifference to quality, couldn't care less when doing whatever. That very quality which is skurwysyństwo and comes from the word whoreson. So vileness, meanness, cruelty, vulgarity. Sexualism, sick life conditions. Another category, explosions, death, illnesses and diseases. Incremental regress, a toxic world. Another category, chaos, regress, anxiety or disquietude, enslavement, danger, psychiatric disorders. Another category, war, constant fight, victims, tension, death. And the last category, death, them, their potential actualized, which is nothingness. So this is the profile that is being superimposed. It is a murder. This is the comment here. And then there's postscriptum, and it's written very clearly. These are not threats, spiritual consequences. In my original recording, I also recorded what it should be like, but I think I want to leave that one as it is, because this profile, the false profile, has been being superimposed. And of course there are things that I could not think of at the time, and that have happened. But overall, that places the whole world in a specific spiritual situation. The document was delivered to the court of law before my talking to the psychiatrist sent by the court of law for an interview to my flat, my home, on the 8th of August 2017. Agnieszka Rojek, born on the 27th of September 1974, the daughter of Barbara and Bronisław, born in Krakow, Poland.